Hello my little fizzies and welcome back. Happy 2020. Thank you for joining me. Today we are going to do a mega trash talk. We're going to talk about my trash, all of my empties from 2019. I believe that Too Much Tash did this in 2018 and I was extremely inspired. It may have been 2017 she did this, but if you guys are not subscribed to Too Much Tash, if you like analytic makeup, you guys will love her. She does a lot of pay on this palette. She does a lot of beauty empties, how long it takes me to use up certain items. I find her very interesting and her voice is very soothing. She talks very low and she's very pretty, and I love binging her videos. If I'm like in a bad mood and I need something to calm me down but also talk about makeup, I find it very interesting. So go visit Too Much Tash if you guys haven't seen her before. I think that she deserves way more subscribers than she has. But I did get this inspiration from her, so I saved up all of my makeup from 2019, and here are my empties. I am sitting a little off-centered to insert clips here, so hopefully you enjoy this and I can figure it out. I did just learn how to do picture-in-picture from AbbaDabbs. I talk about her on my channel pretty often. If you guys aren't subscribed to Abby, definitely go and subscribe to her if you love makeup and subscription boxes. Let's get on. So in 2019, I had a total of 321 empties. That's a lot of empties. So I should say I do work in the makeup community. I am a Clinique counter manager at Ulta. I've been with Clinique for 4 years and I've been at Ulta for 1.5 years. And in that time, in addition to getting gratis from Clinique and gratis from Ulta, I also buy a lot and I get my subscription boxes. So I have a lot of makeup coming in. I love makeup, I'm not gonna stop. I might cut back a little bit this year. And I'm also going to start doing my empties monthly, because doing this for a year, saving all that trash, it got to be a lot. Some of the empties that I'm gonna show pictures of, I don't even remember using them. And I'm like, I don't even remember using this product. But so I'm gonna start doing my empties monthly so that I can tell you guys more about each product that I use and whether I recommend it or not. There were a couple things that I know I did not like the Damn Girl mascara. Did not like that. I can't even remember because there's so much. So I will start doing these at the end of every month. So, okay. So we did 321 items. 174 of them were full size, and 174 were full size, and 147 were travel or trial sizes. I feel like I was gonna say something else. No, I forgot. Okay, so let's get into it. So in 2019, I used up 13 eye creams. Oh, I was gonna say, even though I used them up in 2019, I didn't start using all of these in 2019. I have a lot of products. I have a huge makeup and skincare collection. I'm a makeup and skincare enthusiast. So I did start a lot of these, or most of these, in 2018 or 2017 to use them up in 2019. And the same thing now. It's like it's January 1st when I'm filming this, and I have products that are halfway gone, if not almost all the way gone. And I have some things that are brand new. So every month you'll see me do empties, and it doesn't mean that I necessarily use them all up that month. It's collective. So not all of this was started in 2019. Some of them were. Some of the smaller things I got in 2019 and used them up in 2019. But a lot of these were stuff I had prior to 2019. So in 2019, I did use up 13 eye creams. I used 10, and of those 13 eye creams, 4 of them were full size. I am 32, almost 33, I'll be 33 next month, and I do love investing in my face, not just for YouTube with my 2,000 subscribers, my little fizzy pops, because my face is how I make money. I am the Clinique girl, so if people come to me for advice on skincare and makeup and I'm not looking on fleek, they're gonna be like, it's okay, we'll use something else. So I have to be like, oh yeah, I'm glittery and glowy and shiny and pretty, and they're gonna want to ask for my help. So yes, I do invest. I do use serums, I use moisturizers, I use eye creams, I use a lot of things, and we'll get into that. Of everything that I use to keep this face beat. My 2019 goal is to use more hair things. As you can see, I have a little curl in my hair. Doesn't look great. So doing more hair things is a 2020 goal. I said 2019. 2020 goal. Do more things with hair. I didn't use up that much hair stuff this year, but okay, back to this. So I used up 13 eye creams, 4 of which were full size. I used up 10 clarifying lotions, and all 10 were full size. Clarifying lotion is my #1 suggested item if you're going to try anything from Clinique and just add it into your existing skincare routine. Get a clarifying lotion. There are 5 different varieties based on your skin type. I used up 5 of the Acne Solutions ones. Those are the ones in the blue bottles. I love it. Holy grail item for me. The other 5 were gratis that I couldn't get the Acne Solutions one, so I just chose one of the other ones for combination skin or oily skin. But for me personally, the Acne Solutions one with salicylic acid works best for me. So if you were going to try anything from extremely dry skin to sensitive skin, oh no wait, there's 6 different options. From extremely dry skin to extremely oily skin to acne prone skin to normal skin, pick you up a clarifying lotion. It's the best thing I could do for my skin. I used 7 toners, 4 of which were full size. I went through 3 beauty sponges this year. I want to try a beauty blender again. The first time I used a beauty blender was a few years ago, and I'm like, I don't know what the big deal is now. But now that I know more about sponges and applying makeup, I think I would use a beauty blender better. It's just expensive, so maybe we'll get them in a subscription box this year. Fingers crossed, because I'd like to try some more beauty sponges. I just stick to Real Techniques most of the time. I tried a different one from Essence. I didn't like it. I didn't keep it very long. I used up 7 bottles of soap, and I do consider that part of a beauty empty because I could just use regular Dial or Dove soap, but I go to Bath & Body Works or Ulta and get the foaming hand soap just because I enjoy it the most. So I went through 7 full-size bottles of soap. This year I finished up 9 foundations, most of which were Clinique, a couple of other ones, 8 full-size, 1 travel size. I went through 3 concealers, 2 of which were full size. My favorite did end up being the Tarte Shape Tape. I did purchase a new one recently from Ulta. It was on sale for like 17 bucks, and then I got my student discount. I got my employee discount, so it made my Shape Tape like $13, I think. And I have been enjoying that. I'm wearing that today along with IT Cosmetic CC Cream. So I do like this combination a lot. The CC Cream I got in medium, and I probably shouldn't have gone that dark. So my Shape Tape is in light sand, which is a really good match for me. So I just add a little bit more concealer to brighten. But yeah, I got a small Shape Tape in Ipsy, and it was in light sand. It was my perfect shade, and I loved it. So I did end up purchasing the full size of that. I went through 4 liquid highlighters. So my liquid highlighters I've had for a while, and I didn't know what to do with them because I don't like putting them on my face after I've powdered my face. And then I feel like once you put powder on top of it, you can't really see it. So what I've been doing with my liquid highlighters to use them up so they're not just collecting dust in my collection and I am getting use out of them, is I will mix my liquid highlighters in with my morning moisturizer before I do foundation. I feel like it gives a beautiful illuminating glow to the skin. Even if you weren't going to do any makeup and you just wanted a natural kind of glowy, dewy finish, mix a little bit in with your primer or with your moisturizer, put it on, and it's like you have this lit from within glow without doing any makeup. So that's how I've been using my liquid highlighters. None of which were full size. I do have some full size ones that I'm working through that will be in an Empties video this year at some point. I used 1 lash serum. That was the Grande Lash. I bought a box from Ulta, and it was like a box of mini mascaras. I paid way too much for it. I'm not going to do that again. And it came with the Grande Lash. What am I saying? It came with the Grande Lash. And so I started using it every night before bed. You're supposed to use it every night, once a day on clean skin. So I started using it every night before bed. It started not to irritate my eyes, but I noticed like a little bump on my eyelid whenever I was doing makeup. And I'm like, I don't know what that's from, but I couldn't really tell a difference after 2 weeks with the growth serum anyway. So I'm like, I'm going to discontinue it. So I only used that for 2 weeks and then threw it away. It's a very highly requested item. The Ulta that I work at now sells it. The last one I worked at did not, and we got requests for it all the time. So I know that it is working for a lot of people and they love it. I've had coworkers that it was phenomenal for. It just did not work for me. So I don't think I'll try another lash serum for a while. Maybe eventually, if one is sent in a beauty box. I don't see myself going out to buy one. I went through 9 liquid liners, all in black, 7 of which were full size. I love black eyeliner. I do. I know I'm saying a lot because I'm trying to think of the last year. So my favorite liquid liner is the Clinique Easy Liner, Pretty Easy Liner. I've tried a lot of different black eyeliners. I've tried the Tarte ones. A lot of them are just too watery. So you put it on and you have to kind of go like this and keep your eye closed for 30 seconds. Try to do your brow while you're waiting for your eyeliner to dry. And then you think it's dry and you open your eye and then it smudges. Or it gets down here and it smudges. Or it like bleeds everywhere and you're like, great. So then you're getting a little Q-tip trying to make it straight. The Pretty Easy Liner from Clinique, you can just go and boom. The one that I'm using right now that I have on today is it Illamasqua? It's the one that I got in my last BoxyCharm or Ipsy. I think it was an Ipsy. Not the best. I know I'm coughing. I do have asthma and I had a pretty bad asthma attack yesterday. And I had to go to Walmart and get a new inhaler, which they actually sell at Walmart's in Tucson, which they did not in Oklahoma. You had to get it by prescription. So I was very happy to go to Walmart and get an inhaler just off the shelf for 30 bucks. But at the same time, it's not what I'm used to. It doesn't work quite as great. So I do have some congestion. So not sexy, but who am I trying to be sexy for? My man's asleep. I don't care. But that is why I sound a little weird. I really wanted to film this yesterday along with my BoxyCharm video. It just wasn't happening. So it's happening today. I went through 3 eyeshadows. All 3 were full size. So my eyeshadows, my Lisa Frank one and my Tarte one, broke. So what I did is I crumbled them up really finely and put them in a loose shadow. So now whenever I use that loose shadow, it has a gold and purple undertone. It's really pretty. So I did not technically use them up, but I could get rid of the packaging. So I consider that an item I used up because I took 3 items and combined it into one. And now I just use that one product. So I also did that with a couple of other products, but I consider it an empty because you can see they're empty. And then I went through only 2 brow gels. Both were full size. I was surprised. I thought that I used up a lot more brow products, but after looking through my collection, a lot of my brow products are almost empty, or a lot of my sticks are almost gone. So I imagine I'm going to have a lot more brow products used up this year. I used up 9 lip products, 7 of which were full size, and I didn't technically empty all of these out. A couple of these were thrown away because they got to be bad. My ColourPop one is in Fresh Cut. I loved that color. It's a great color. But here lately I've been trying to use it, and about an hour after I put it on, it's flaky and it's dry and it's crumbly and it just doesn't look good, and I'm wiping it off. So I'm like, I just got to get rid of this, even though it's not technically empty. It's expired. And that's how a couple of my, like that lip gloss that I got, that sparkly one, really pretty, didn't work on me. So I wasn't going to, I have no one to give it away to. I don't know my coworkers that well. I don't have friends in Arizona. Just moved here, and I'm not going to ship it all the way to Oklahoma My sister wouldn't wear that anyway, so it's getting thrown away. And I'm not going to give it to anyone on the internet, like, here's a used lip product. No, I do have some brand new items to send to you guys. Eventually, I'm going to do some more giveaways, so keep watching. Subscribe, hit the bell if you haven't already, blah, blah, blah. If you want to catch all my videos, because I do have a weird upload schedule. Okay, where are we? Okay. I went through 8 highlighters, 4 of which were full size. And I know there's only 7 in this picture because I was sitting on one. Yeah, so I didn't see it until after I finished taking all my pictures. So I went through 8 highlighters, 4 of which were full size. And a lot of these weren't completely used up in the pan. A lot of them were ones that I crumbled into face powders. So I like a very glowy, dewy look. I feel like it helps me look younger. So I use loose setting powder every single day. So some of my loose products, if they start to crumble or start to get really low and show a lot of pan, and I'm like, well, that's gonna break eventually, I'll go ahead and crumble it up and grind it up really finely and put it in my face powder. So whenever I do my face powder, I have this glow on all my skin. And that's what I do because I don't wanna waste product. So the same thing with this bronzer palette from Tarte. It was the Tarte Park Princess. So I am not a contour queen. I don't do a whole lot of bronzing. I am pretty fair. I would consider my skin light. I'm not fair. I'm not medium. I would consider myself light, a light neutral undertone. And so the colors in this bronzing palette didn't work for me. I liked it and I enjoyed receiving. I received it in BoxyCharm, the very first Boxy Luxe in October of 2018. And I really enjoyed getting a $50 palette, but it didn't work for me. So I grinded up every single pan and put it in my loose powders. So I have a ton of loose powder. I don't need to buy loose powder anymore. I actually just got the Anastasia loose powder in gratis from Ulta, and I actually have that on today and I really like it, but I have so many loose powders, they're gonna last me at least the next year. And I actually went through 10 powders this year, 6 of which were full size. I am a powder princess. That sounds weird. Sounds like I do drugs. Powder princess. I love powder. I use powder every day. Whenever I'm doing people's makeup, I ask them, do you use powder? And half the time I say no. And I'm like, well, I'm just gonna put a little bit on you because I like to use it myself. So usually they end up getting it and they're like, oh, I do like that. And they just have never worn it. So let me know down below, do you guys use powder every day? Or is it just like during the summer when you're feeling oily? Let me know. I went through 15 mascaras, 11 of which were full size. And that surprises me because I don't feel like I went through that many. But I should tell you that some of these I used only a couple times and I hated them, and that's why they're in here. They're not actually empty. They're more like decluttered because they weren't going to work for me, like the Damn Girl and the one from Ulta Beauty, the Ulta Beauty mascara. They just did not work for me. And I'm kind of paranoid about mascaras. I don't want to keep them like up to 3 months, no more than 6 months. So if they were getting old or I knew that I had had them like for a long time, I went ahead and tossed them because I have enough mascaras and I get mascaras regularly in my beauty boxes. I don't need to be hoarding mascaras. I went through 11 primers, 5 of which were full size, and I love primer. I have a couple of primers that are about empty now that'll be in a future Empties video. I love primer. I use primer every day. Today I am using the brand new one from Urban Decay. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter. Not tacky. What's it called? I don't know. But sticky? No, dewy? Tacky? I don't know. It's the brand new one. I can insert a picture here. And I really like that. I got that one in gratis from Ulta. And I really like it so far. I feel like it gives a nice base to work with. I went through 5 deodorants, 4 of which were full size. I like Secret deodorants. I did not like that Schmidt's deodorant. I thought it was awful. I used it up though. It was completely empty. I hated it. I would not buy that again. And I'm glad I got it in a beauty box. I think one from Ulta. And that was one of the reasons I got that beauty box. I was really interested in trying that Schmidt's. It's horrible. It was vanilla rose, which are, I thought would be perfect for me, but it was horrible. Let me know down below if you actually like the Schmidt's natural deodorants. I used up one brush cleaner and I did not like it. The brush cleaner that I use now is from Clinique, and that one's fine. I haven't found a brush cleaner that I really like, but at the same time, I'm not really looking for a brush cleaner. I just use a little makeup remover and a little brush spray and clean my brushes on an old dirty towel, and that's fine for me. And then my sponges, I just rinse with hot water and soap, hand soap, to keep them clean. But let me know what your favorite brush cleaner is. That works really well. I've heard Tosh talk about getting like a huge bottle of some, is it Dr. Brenner's? I forget, but she said that cleans her brushes really well. So, and it's like $6 or something. So I need to go back and rewatch her video and see what it is that she uses, or let me know down below what you guys use, because I need to wash my brushes. The reason I don't like getting brushes in subscription boxes is because I have to wash them. I guess that's lazy of me. Maybe in 2020 I'll be less lazy. I went through 2 face oils. Sounds about right. I don't seek out face oils. My skin isn't particularly dry. I feel like my skin is really well balanced now. I'm not combination, I'm not oily, I'm not dry, I'm pretty normal and pretty comfortable. I can take really good care of my skin, so face oil isn't something that's necessary for me. Whenever I do receive a face oil, I just mix it with my moisturizer and use it that way. I don't put it directly on my skin because I don't like the feeling of having oily skin. But I feel like mixed in with a night cream, it works fine for me, and it adds that extra hydration. I used up 27 travel size moisturizers. I love moisturizers. I am big on moisturizers. Twice a day, every day. Sometimes I'll use 2 moisturizers at night. I love moisturizers. So I am never upset whenever we get a moisturizer in a subscription box. Give me all the moisturizers. I feel like it's one of the most important things you can do for your skin. I used up 11 full-size moisturizers. I didn't start all 11 and all 27. I did not start all 38 moisturizers in 2019. That's a lot of moisturizers, but it is something I use every day, twice a day. So, I love it. I used up 8 setting sprays, 4 of which were full size. I set my face every day, and I just like to experiment with different setting sprays. The one that I'm using right now is the Clinique one. It's a moisture setting spray, but I have used up All Nighter. I have used up some other things. I'm gonna unbox my Boxy Luxe, and there's a setting spray in there. So I just like setting sprays. I'm a skincare and makeup junkie, like I said. So give me all the stuff and all the things and let me try it. I also think that it makes me better at my job. Even though I'm a clinic manager, people will ask me, oh, do you work here? Oh, you're just for a clinic? Okay, never mind, you can't help me. And I'm like, no, wait, I can help you. And they're like, well, do you know anything other than clinic? And I'm like, I do. Let me help you. Let me talk you through everything. Let's talk for 3 hours straight about makeup and skincare. I'm your girl. If you forget who I am, I'm Rebecca. I'm in Clinique. If you forget my name, I'm the Clinique person. But I can help you in anything in the store. Let's talk makeup. Let's talk skincare. Hair, I'm getting there. But let's talk because I can help you. And they're like, oh, okay. And then by the end of the conversation, they're like, you've been really helpful. And I'm like, I get paid to talk about makeup and skincare. I love this job. So I like to be knowledgeable, even if it's stuff that Ulta doesn't even carry. There are some people that come in asking for certain brands. My coworkers are like, do we carry this brand? And I'm like, oh no, that's sold at Sephora. Oh, that's at Macy's. Oh, you can only get that online as of right now, but maybe they'll bring it into stores later. And they're like, you really know what you're talking about. And I'm like, yeah, I like it all. Every once in a while, someone will come in asking about a brand that I've never even heard of before. And I watch YouTube unboxings all the time. I watch makeup hauls. I watch everything, and I feel like I'm pretty knowledgeable about makeup, but there are still some brands I'm like, huh? Even I don't know that one. But I'm learning. People come in, and I'm like, I don't know that one. Let me Google it. Oh, it's sold at Sally Beauty Supply. Oh, you can only get that one on Amazon. So that's why I love subscription boxes so much. I can get so much stuff that I've never even heard of before. Brand new brands, loved brands, tried and true brands. People will come in asking about certain things, and I'm like, oh, I know that one's really popular, but I have not tried it. And they're like, oh. So I like to be able to try everything so I can be like, oh yeah, I tried that one, and it's very we don't carry it here at Ulta, but it's actually very similar to this one. Let me have you feel it. And they're like, oh yeah, that is pretty similar. So I feel like this is just research for my job and my future in makeup. So I went through 6 shampoos, 3 of which were full size. Ever since like July, I've been using my big liter of Joico shampoo and conditioner, and that's pretty well lasted me from July. So all these bottles were pretty much used up at the beginning of last year, and I just kind of used them up. But I did 6 shampoos, 3 of which were full size. I did 7 conditioners, 4 of which were full size. And I know it's only showing 6 here, but that's because I found one mixed in with my body washes. And I'm like, it's not a body wash, that's a conditioner. So it was actually 7 conditioners, 4 of which were full size. I used up 3 things of makeup wipes. I don't like makeup wipes. 2 of those are the Ulta Beauty brand, which were in like free gifts. And the one from MAC I bought in gratis. So none of these I actually sought out to buy full size. And the only reason I picked out the MAC ones in gratis is because I heard they were really good, and the store that I worked at didn't sell them, so I couldn't try them before I picked them out for gratis. So I ordered them. I did not like the smell of them, and I don't think that they remove makeup very well. The Ulta ones, I don't remember having a strong scent, but I did not like the way those MAC ones smelled. But a lot of people were like, oh, they smell great, they smell fine. And I'm like, ever since I started working for Clinique, and Clinique is fragrance free, any kind of smell like weirds me out. I'm like, oh, it smells weird. Look, I curled my hair and my curls are already dropping. We've only been doing this video for 30 minutes and my curls are like gone. So learn to curl hair is going on that 2020 list of things to do. Oh well, I don't know. That looks not great. Anyways, makeup wipes. Tell me if you guys love makeup wipes, because I feel like I've tried so many over the years and they just don't work for me. But I did use up 10 makeup removing balms, 8 of which were full size, 7 of which were Clinique Take the Day Off Balm. I've talked about that many times on my channel. It's my favorite. I use it every night. Well, almost every night. I like to try other makeup removing balms, because whenever I tell people, oh, this one's the best, they're like, sure it is. I'm like, no. I'd like to tell them, yeah, I've tried this one, I've tried this one, I've tried this one. This one works the best for me. Right now I'm trying a new one. I don't even know the name of it. It'll be in a Empties. But it's super, super thick. It's like putting a thick honey on your skin. And it's like you have to work it in. But it ends up taking off your makeup. So it is a makeup remover. It does take off your makeup, but it's just so thick. Like it doesn't melt into an oil like the Take the Day Off Balm does. So I don't even know the name of that one. It's a brand that I had never heard of, and that's why I love getting subscriptions. And I love trying new gift sets. So I decided to include my cotton balls, because I did use up 7 bags of cotton balls. I know that reusable cotton has become a thing where you use it, let it, and then rinse it out, and then reuse it. So I may look into that. That would be a really cool thing to get in a subscription box. I've heard some people talking about it because you go through cotton balls so much. If I'm using like 4 a day for 365 days, and I use at least 2 to 4 a day, that's a lot of cotton. That's 7 bags of, what, 70? So that's 7 times 70, 490 balls. Sounds about right. I don't know. But yeah, I need to cut back on the cotton balls, I guess, and try to do something a little more sustainable. I used up 12 cleansers, 4 of which were full size. I love cleanser. I love nice cleansers. Some of them, not the best. I don't like the checks and balances cleansers. I don't. They don't work for me. I used 10 face scrubs. My favorite face scrub that I've used so far is the Clinique exfoliating scrub. I like that. The 7-day scrub I don't like. The Clinique 7-day scrub, it's too gentle. I like something really scrubby. So the exfoliating scrub is my favorite. And that one is by Clinique. But I like the really scrubby scrubs. If I'm going to scrub, I want to feel it scrubbing. And I want to feel clean. And I want to feel exfoliated. I did use up 9 masks. None of which were full size. All trial sizes. I don't do masks as often as I should. I've been planning to do them twice a week. It doesn't happen. Because usually by the time I wash my face, I'm ready to go to bed. And it's not like, oh, let me wash my face and then put on a scrub and then wash my face 10 minutes later. It's like, let me wash my face and moisturize and do all my other stuff and then go to sleep. So maybe I'll make it more of a habit to do twice a week for masks. I used up 16 serums, 8 of which were full size. I do think that serum is a good thing to invest in, especially after 30, because you want to keep your face looking young, and serum is the best way to prevent aging. Once you start the process of aging, it is a little bit harder to de-age or reverse the signs of aging. So if you can prevent it, that's going to be a lot better. And definitely wear sunscreen. Sunscreens are so important. Whether it's in your makeup, in your powder, in your setting spray, in your moisturizer, you're using a separate sunscreen. I have a lot of women come in that are a little bit older that have sunspots and age spots, and they're like, I don't know how I got this. And I'm like, it's from the sun. And they're like, oh no, I have an SPF in my moisturizer. I have a 15. And I'm like, sunscreen needs to be reapplied every 2 hours. And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, sunscreen is only good for about 2 hours. Probably maybe even less, maybe only like 80, 90 minutes. And then you're supposed to reapply. And they have no idea. So if you can find a setting spray with sunscreen, or the powder that I use has a sunscreen in it, and powder your face every few hours or refresh your makeup every few hours, that adds an extra layer of protection. And it may seem excessive and it may seem stupid, but you'll thank me in 30 years. I went through 9 acne treatments, 5 of which were full size. I do use an acne treatment every single night. I am very acne prone skin. And a lot of people don't know that because it's not cystic acne. It's not really bad acne, but it is from bad hygiene. So whenever I didn't take care of my skin as well as I do now, I would break out. It's also due from hormones. So have a couple here, but you can't really see it. I take really good care of my skin to keep it from breaking out. But yes, I use an acne treatment every single night. I went through 10 body sprays this year, 8 of which were full size. My husband and I both love the body sprays from Victoria's Secret and from Bath & Body Works. So some of these he used up, some of them I used up. We just share them. I would rather him smell like peony than smell like tobacco and all those other weird men's fragrances. I'm not a huge fan of cologne. I like the Clinique Happy though for men because it does smell, or the Clinique for men, then the orange bottle. It smells very sweet, and so I like that scent. But I'd rather my husband smell like roses or fruit punch, and he doesn't mind. He thinks it smells good too. So we just share all of our body sprays. And then I went through 5 bottles of perfume this year. I would actually go through more if I didn't work at Ulta, but since I work at Ulta, if I need some perfume and I ran out of the house without it, I just use some at work. And a lot of times I will, just to, so if people are like, oh, what are you wearing? And I'm like, oh, it's right here. But I do have a bunch of perfume and body sprays that I'm not buying them anymore because it's not necessary for me to have as many as I have, but I am trying to use them up before they go bad. One of these did go bad before I used it up, and that was the Tommy Girl, or the Girl by Tommy Hilfiger. It smelled so good a few years ago whenever I bought it, and I loved it. And I don't buy a lot of perfumes. A lot of them were actually like given to me in gratis, or their body sprays. But that one I did actually purchase, and I didn't get through it fast enough, and it went bad. So I'm trying to use a bunch of those up. And then I did want to include my vitamins because I don't feel like I take vitamins that often, but I went through 12 bottles of vitamins. All 12 were full size. So yeah, and I will tell you the Sugar Bear hair ones worked fantastic for me. Another thing that I hope to get in a beauty box eventually, because they're expensive. It's $30 for 1 month supply, so it's $1 a day for the Sugar Bear hair ones. I can get them at a discount since I work at Ulta, but they're still expensive, but they worked great for me. Let me know down below if you had any luck with Sugar Bear hair or any other vitamins that you would recommend, because I take a Flintstone vitamin every day now just because it was cheap, and I'm like, I need to take something. So I just went to the store and I had a coupon, and my husband works at Target, so we got an extra discount on it, and I have a Target credit card, so I got another discount on top of it being in my Cartwheel, like 30% off or something. So I got my vitamins really cheap. They were Flintstones. They're Flintstone gummies, but figure it's gotta help more than it hurts. And then we used up 12 body washes, 5 of which were full size. And I know one of those is technically a body scrub. That one was my husband's. He really enjoys those, so I feel like we're gonna have a lot of those in Empties eventually. The sugar scrubs I don't really care for, but he really likes, so I imagine we're gonna have a lot of those in Empties. Those sugar scrubs my husband really likes. I did go through 10 dry shampoos, 1 full size. I have a couple of other dry shampoos. I like dry shampoos. I don't use them that often, but I do only wash my hair every 2 to 3 days, so I do use them every once in a while. I don't feel like my hair is super greasy. Just like if I wash my hair every other day, it's fine, but if I go that 3rd day without washing it, then I will do a dry shampoo. That's why I was able to make these travel sizes last, because I feel like for me a travel size dry shampoo only lasts like 3 or 4 uses, and then it's empty. They don't last very long, so I don't think it's worth it to get like Dry Bar or what's the other one, the triple detox one? Is that Dry Bar? The really expensive ones, I don't feel like it's worth it because they're so expensive and you go through them so quickly. But maybe you feel differently. Maybe you feel like it's worth it. But I do enjoy dry shampoos. I have enough to last me for a while. And then my last 2 items were hair products. I didn't use a whole lot of hair products. If you remember, in March of 2018, I shaved my head. So for all of 2018 and a lot of 2019, I didn't have that much hair. Now that my hair has grown, I am starting to use more hair products. I have some hair products, I just need to practice. So I imagine I'll use a lot more than just 2 hair products this year. So those were all of my empties. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not doing this again. I'm gonna do it monthly, but maybe this time next year, I'll just break down my videos and do another recap, but I'm not going to hoard everything like I did. I'm gonna get rid of it at the end of every month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed these kind of breakdowns. I am not big on declutters. Maybe one day I will do a declutter. I know there's some things that I could get rid of. I just don't like the thought of spending my money or getting things and then just throwing them away. So if I were to declutter, they would go to friends and family, but I like 95% of everything that I own, and I don't want to part with it. I have done little declutters in the past and given them to friends or family that don't have a lot. So maybe another one of those eventually, but as of right now, I'm not doing any declutters. But I do have my Ipsy Plus, and my Ipsy Ultimate coming for January. I also have a mystery Ipsy bag, and then I do have my December BoxyCharm Boxy Luxe that I'm going to be unboxing. So definitely check those videos out. And I do have a collab coming very soon with someone that I adore. Definitely keep an eye out for that. And my husband and I are going to do some more vlog style videos. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a really fun 2020. I am starting out the year with 2,040, I think, subscribers. So hopefully by this time next year, that number has grown. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I hope you guys are all having a very happy new year. I had a very bad asthma attack New Year's Eve, so I just stayed in bed, huffing and puffing and wheezing and watching Friends. And about 1 a.m. they took Friends off. Goodbye, Friends. But now it's time for me to watch something else, so let me know down below what you guys are watching. I did already watch all of You Season 2, and my friend said that it was the ending she kind of predicted. I'm like, I did not predict that. She should be a writer if that was predictable for her. But I don't know if I liked You Season 1 or You Season 2 better. I think I liked Season 1 better, but Season 2 was still worth watching. Let me know what you're watching. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know if you ate black-eyed peas today, but I did not. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.